Have you ever thought to yourself, eggs are healthy, right? So how could they possibly be dangerous? Maybe you've been eating eggs every morning for years, boiled, scrambled, fried, even baked into a slice of quiche. They're simple, comforting, and loaded with protein. But what if I told you that some of the most common ways we prepare and eat eggs after 60 could actually be hurting our health far more than helping it? Now, don't worry. I'm not here to tell you to throw out your eggs or give up your favorite breakfast. Eggs can absolutely be a part of a healthy diet for seniors. But the how really matters. Just like taking the wrong medication or mixing the wrong foods, eating eggs the wrong way can cause serious trouble, especially for our heart, our memory, and even our digestion as we age. So in this video, we're going to talk about 5 specific ways seniors should never eat eggs, and what to do instead. These aren't weird or rare mistakes. In fact, some of them are incredibly common. You might even be making one of them without realizing it. But don't worry. Once you know what to avoid, making the change is simple and could have a big impact on your long-term health. Let's start with one of the most common and dangerous mistakes: eating eggs fried in the wrong kind of oil. It might seem harmless, but the oil you choose can turn your healthy breakfast into a heart hazard. Many people over 60 still use vegetable oils like corn, soybean, or canola to fry their eggs, thinking they're healthier because they're plant-based. But here's the problem. These oils are highly processed and packed with omega-6 fats, which, in excess, can trigger inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation has been linked to nearly every major disease that concerns us as we age: heart disease, arthritis, memory loss, even certain cancers. Worse, when these oils are heated at high temperatures, like when frying an egg, they oxidize, meaning they break down and form harmful compounds that can damage blood vessels and speed up aging on a cellular level. That's not something any of us want, especially when we're trying to protect our hearts and brains after 60. So, what's the better option? If you enjoy fried eggs, switch to heart-healthy fats, like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. They're far more stable when heated and provide anti-inflammatory benefits rather than risks. Or, better yet, try poaching or boiling your eggs. No oil needed at all, and you still get all the nutrition without the hidden dangers. Now, let's talk about another risky habit: eating eggs that are undercooked, especially for breakfast on the go. We've all seen those beautiful soft-boiled eggs with runny yolks or sunny side-up eggs with just barely cooked whites. They may look gourmet, but for seniors, they come with a bigger risk than most people realize. As we age, our immune systems don't work as efficiently as they used to. That means our bodies are slower to fight off bacteria, and eggs, especially raw or undercooked ones, are a prime carrier of salmonella. For a younger person, salmonella might just mean a day or two of an upset stomach. But for someone in their 60s or beyond, it can turn into serious dehydration, hospitalization, or even long-term damage to the digestive system. The older we get, the more careful we need to be about food safety. So while that slightly runny egg might be trendy, it's just not worth the risk. Instead, make sure your eggs are cooked until both the whites and yolks are firm. It's a simple adjustment that can go a long way in protecting your gut and your immune system. And speaking of your gut, there's another egg habit that could be secretly causing bloating, gas, and indigestion. And that's eating eggs every single day without any variety. You might be thinking, but I thought eggs were the perfect protein. And you're right. They are one of the most complete sources of protein out there. But just like anything, too much of a good thing can backfire. Eggs are rich in sulfur, which is great for detoxing the liver. But in large, daily amounts, especially if your gut bacteria is off balance, it can lead to excess gas, bloating, and that sluggish, heavy feeling after breakfast. It's also worth noting that eggs are one of the top food sensitivities, and many people develop mild intolerances as they age, even if they were fine eating eggs their whole life. If you notice that you're often tired, foggy, or gassy after eating eggs, it might not be your age. It might be your body saying, "Hey, I need a break." So instead of eating eggs every single day, try rotating them with other high-protein breakfast options like Greek yogurt, oats with nuts, or even a plant-based protein smoothie. Your digestion and your energy levels might thank you. Now that we've looked at how the oil you use, the way you cook your eggs, and how often you eat them can all make a big difference, we still have two more ways eggs can go wrong for seniors, and the next one might surprise you the most. So we've already talked about how frying eggs in the wrong oil, undercooking them, and even eating them too often can silently take a toll on your health after 60. But now, let's talk about a habit that's often overlooked, yet it might be sitting in your fridge right now, eating processed egg products instead of real, whole eggs. You've probably seen those little cartons at the store, liquid egg whites or scrambled egg mixes that promise convenience and even healthier options. Some even say things like cholesterol-free in bold letters, making them sound like the smarter choice, especially for folks watching their heart. But here's the truth. Those products are not the same as fresh eggs. Not even close. When eggs are broken down, pasteurized, and packaged like that, a lot of their nutritional integrity gets stripped away. You lose the natural balance of vitamins and fats that are present in the yolk, especially essential nutrients like choline, which plays a key role in keeping your brain sharp and your memory strong. Choline is one of the few nutrients directly linked to preventing age-related memory loss and even slowing down cognitive decline. And guess where it's found in its richest form? The yolk of a real egg. Not only that, but many processed egg products contain additives, preservatives, and stabilizers that help them stay fresh longer, but may not be friendly to your body. Some people even report increased bloating, headaches, or sluggishness after eating these fake eggs regularly. And it's no wonder. Our bodies weren't designed to process factory-made egg substitutes every morning. They were designed for real, whole food. So if you've been reaching for those cartons out of convenience or fear of cholesterol, I'd encourage you to reconsider. Fresh, properly cooked eggs, yes, even with the yolk, can be incredibly nourishing for seniors. Just be mindful of how they're cooked and how often you're having them. Now, before we move on to the final point, let's touch on something that's more about what you add to your eggs, rather than the eggs themselves. This one's sneaky, because it feels harmless. But it's one of the most common mistakes people make, especially when eating out or whipping up a quick breakfast at home. I'm talking about oversalting your eggs, or pairing them with high-sodium sides. Think about your typical egg breakfast. Scrambled eggs, maybe a couple strips of bacon or sausage, a slice of toast with butter or cheese. Sound familiar? It's delicious, yes, but it's also a salt bomb. Eggs on their own have very little sodium. But once you start adding processed meats, cheese, canned sauces, or even a heavy sprinkle of table salt, the sodium content can go through the roof, sometimes hitting more than half your daily recommended intake in just one meal. And here's why that matters so much after 60. As we age, our kidneys don't filter sodium as efficiently. High sodium levels contribute to higher blood pressure, which puts strain on your heart and increases your risk for stroke, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. Not to mention, too much salt can lead to fluid retention, causing swelling in the ankles, puffiness in the face, and even shortness of breath. Now, I'm not saying you have to eat bland eggs, but you can flavor them smarter. Try adding herbs like chives, dill, or parsley. Use spices like turmeric, black pepper, or paprika to give them a kick without piling on the salt. And if you love cheese, try a small sprinkle of a strong cheese like feta or Parmesan. It gives you more flavor with less volume. It's all about being mindful. Eggs can be a wonderful foundation for a meal, but what you put on top of them or next to them can change the health equation dramatically. Especially when you're over 60, every little choice adds up. And the good news? Small changes like these don't require giving up the foods you love. They just help you enjoy them in a way that supports your body instead of straining it. It's amazing how something as simple as an egg, something so many of us have eaten our entire lives, can become either a health booster or a silent risk, depending on how we handle it. And when you start noticing these patterns, it's not about fear or guilt. It's about empowerment. You get to make choices every day that can help you feel better, think clearer, and move more freely. Because after 60, we don't have time to waste feeling tired, bloated, foggy, or weighed down by habits that no longer serve us. We've earned the right to feel our best. And sometimes, that starts with just tweaking the way we prepare breakfast. Now, there's still one more way eggs can go wrong for seniors. Something most people don't even think about until it's too late. And it might just be the most important point of all. Let's talk about one last mistake that many people never even consider. Yet it's something that could seriously impact your long-term health, especially after 60. It's not about how you cook your eggs. It's not about what you put on them. It's about when you eat them and what's going on inside your body at the time. Now, you might be thinking, is there really a wrong time to eat an egg? And the answer is, yes, there can be. Especially if you're eating eggs on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, when your digestion hasn't fully woken up yet, or worse, if you're combining them with other foods that your body struggles to process together. Here's what I mean. As we get older, our digestive enzymes naturally decrease. That means our body isn't quite as efficient at breaking down protein and fat-rich foods as it used to be. Eggs, especially with the yolk, are dense in both protein and fat, and that's not a bad thing. But if you eat them when your digestion is sluggish, or when your stomach acid is low, which is common in older adults, they can sit heavy in your stomach, causing that brick in the belly feeling. Bloating, indigestion, and even acid reflux can follow. Even worse, if you combine eggs with other heavy, hard-to-digest foods like greasy bacon, fried potatoes, and buttery toast, you're giving your body a digestive challenge it may not be equipped to handle anymore. Instead of giving you energy, your breakfast ends up zapping it from you. You feel tired, sluggish, and weighed down for hours. So what can you do? The fix is simple. Support your digestion first. Start your day with a glass of warm water, with a little lemon juice to gently wake up your stomach. Give yourself 15 to 30 minutes before eating anything heavy. Then, if you're going to have eggs, pair them with something that supports digestion, like lightly sautéed spinach, avocado, or fermented vegetables like sauerkraut. These help your body process the meal more smoothly and help prevent bloating and gas. Even better, try having eggs as a mid-morning or early lunch option, instead of immediately after waking. That gives your body time to ramp up digestion naturally. You'll likely find that eggs sit better, give you more energy, and leave you feeling satisfied rather than stuffed. And here's something else to consider. How you feel after a meal is your body's way of giving you feedback. If you find yourself burping, bloated, or fatigued after a normal egg breakfast, that's not just aging. It's a signal. Your body's trying to tell you it needs a gentler approach. And listening to those signals is one of the most powerful things you can do to stay strong, clear-minded, and independent as you age. Let's quickly bring everything together, not as a list, but as a gentle reminder. Eggs aren't the enemy. In fact, they can be one of the best foods for seniors when eaten the right way. But it's easy to fall into habits that turn this healthy food into something that drains you rather than supports you. Frying them in processed oils, eating them undercooked, relying on them daily without variety, choosing processed versions instead of real eggs, and combining them poorly or eating them at the wrong time. Each of these mistakes might seem small, but over time they can chip away at your digestion, your energy, your brain function, and even your heart health. The best part? You don't have to give anything up completely. You just have to make small, thoughtful changes. Cook your eggs with heart-healthy oils or go for gentle methods like poaching or boiling. Make sure they're fully cooked to protect your immune system. Give your body a break from them now and then, and choose whole eggs over processed alternatives. Most importantly, learn to time your meals around your digestion and listen to what your body is telling you. Remember, feeling good isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about understanding what your body needs now, not what worked 30 years ago. You've lived a life full of wisdom, and your body has carried you through it all. You deserve to treat it with the same care and kindness it's shown you. If any of these tips spoke to you today, or if you've had your own experience with how eggs affect your energy, digestion, or health, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your story. You never know. Your experience might help someone else going through the same thing. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more down-to-earth, practical advice on living your best life after 60. We talk about real solutions, real experiences, and real ways to feel stronger, sharper, and more in control every single day. Here's to you, your health, your energy, and your journey forward.